So the area we are in is both young and old. There's multiple ages, and that's what makes it so fascinating, because in fact underneath us, underneath this beach is, and probably for maybe 600 metres or more, is some glacial sediments that are 300 million years old. So that's pretty ancient stuff that we are actually sitting on now. With geological time, it's to be expected that areas will change, and this area has changed over time because other rocks have formed on top of that very old glacial rock. And so what we're looking at here now would be considered very young in geological time. So over a period of millions of years, the sea brought all different kinds of grains of sand and silt, and there's shells at the bottom of Fossil Bluff that were believed to be washed onto a beach. They were covered by another layer of sand or silt, and as you look at the cliff face itself, you will see different colour layers all the way up. One of the layers is a bluish colour, and that's a very dangerous layer on the bluff, because the sand and silt of that layer contains a mineral called glauconite, and glauconite breaks down very easily, and that's one of the reasons why there's so much rockfall at the bottom of the bluff. It's not only pounded by sea, but salt air is so destructive to the fine-grained rock. The plant life and the minerals that are within those rocks all are working to destroy the bluff. We won't live long enough to see it gone, but man has made, or human beings have made their impact on the bluff as well in terms of destruction. In the late 19th century, a tram line was built on the foreshore just in front of the bluff, and the bluff itself was detonated and blasted out. And so many, many tonnes of rock were blown away from the face of the bluff and transported by horse-drawn tram across what is now the golf course and out to build the breakwater. So it's not just natural forces that are destroying the bluff. Humans have done their bit as well. Low tide is absolutely the best time to come to this area, not just for safety, but because there's so many more fascinating things to find in low tide. Some of the most interesting things, I think, are the rocks that are there that don't belong to Wynyard or don't belong anywhere in this area, and they've been carried to the shoreline from Antarctica or from the west coast or from the mountains. They've been carried by the glacier and dumped here basically. So that's one thing. There's granite and there's beautiful rocks from Antarctica, but there's also mud volcanoes you can find. There are ripple marks which have been caused by currents when the rock's still a little bit soft, so they are all to be found here. It's a really exciting place to visit, and as I say, low tide is best because that's where all the wonders can be discovered.